So, we made another successful week. Thank God the week is over. Here's to you guys. Thanks for another great week. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Gaming.
Hello, beautiful gamers, and welcome to this week's edition of Shit I'll Probably Never Play. Just basically, we're going to go through the gaming pickups of the week. So, don't forget, be like Buddy Christ. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. And maybe even a subscribe and let your friends know about what we're doing over here at Mad Mikeey Gaming. So, first lot of games that I got this week. Have to give a shout out to Fossey, the man I call MV, the enabler, the man who gives me, he's like, deal, no deal, and I'm like, no deal. He's like, deal, no deal, and then he'll give me a freaking good deal. So, he always comes to me first and he'll let me know, like, look, I like your show and everything like that. And I know that you'll actually appreciate what I'm selling. So he generally comes to me first before he starts advertising stuff. So just a bit of a long story short, he had a couple of games that he showed off to me, and I think it was one of the S PlayStations, and I'm like, dude, I really can't afford it this week or the next week or whenever. He's always really good though. He'll sort of say, look, I'll hold it for you. It's fine. I'd rather it would go to you, sort of thing. So I really appreciate that, man. Like you've always been there since the first transaction. But this week, and then last Friday when I said that I got nothing done, I probably got a bit too drunk. He had a couple of games on there that I wanted, and I said, look, I can probably afford these ones. And those were two N64 games. Now, first up we had Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey that I've never played, but I'm a huge ice hockey fan. And so I'd never played this, I still haven't honestly played it. But I thought, okay, it's coming boxed, it's a good price, I'll get it. Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. Like, I remember back on the Mega Drive 2 days, or Genesis game days, whatever you used to call them, where the hockey games were really good. Like your NBA Lives and stuff like that. And then over a period, like they started trying to get the realism and going, and it just didn't feel right at the start. But this one looks like, from the pictures and what I've seen, it actually looks not too bad. And the other game that I got off of him was just another wrestling game that I've been after, Wrestlemania 2000. Now, the memories I have of this game. I remember before, we used to play basketball on Sunday nights. And me, my mate Dan, and a couple of other friends, we all used to get together at his place just before basketball because he lived the closest. And we all had our creative wrestlers and whatnot. And what we actually used to do was we'd set up our own pay-per-views and we'd made our own belts and whatnot. We actually wouldn't play it. We would we'd put the settings up to high and we'd watch the computer just so that there was, like, no one was better than the other and we'd beat the other guys. So it got all of our other friends involved with it. And I remember there was a point where where a couple of guys were, let's say, courting a questionably sized woman. And we actually made them a belt called the Fat Chick Thriller title. And they were always feuding over that title. Yeah, they were really good days, those days. And, like, this was, like, as I said, the Nintendo 64 games have always been, hands down, probably the best wrestling games that you will ever get. I haven't managed to get this year's WWE 2K17, but I am really looking forward to actually getting that next payday. But La Piece de la Resistance, I'm like, he said that there was no inserts, but it actually felt really heavy. So when I've opened it up to check out the games, Fossey, the man, has given me extra friggin' games in here for free. And I've, like, messaged him. I'm like, dude, what the? And he's like, man, you know I love your show and everything like that. So these were a couple of spares that I had. So it was WWF Attitude and WCW Mayhem. So these obviously didn't have boxes or anything, but wow. thank you, my man. Big props. You don't do any YouTube or anything, so I can't like direct anybody. But if there's any other games that you're after, hit me up in the comments. Vossi's always watching. He'll keep an eye out because he's got a really good collection. He looks after his games. A lot of the still in plastic games and things like that, I actually got off of him, and he, as I said, he always gives me a good price. So WWF Attitude is actually the first wrestling game that I got back into when I got my PlayStation. So I'd stayed away from wrestling for so long just because I was in high school and it wasn't obviously cool to like wrestling in high school. So when I bought the PlayStation, I thought, okay, I'll check this out because it had Bret the Hitman Hart, had Undertaker, and I'm like, I don't know who all these other douchebags are. So I started playing it on there and I really started enjoying it, and then I got back into wrestling because I really liked the Stone Cold Steve Austin and things like that. Didn't know who The Rock was and stuff like that, so that's how I got reintroduced into wrestling through this game. So this is a really good one. It's a lot different to like obviously the wrestling games I used to play before this, whereas like your arcade Royal Rumble, WrestleFest and stuff like that, where you'd have to pay $2 a pop to play that one. That's what she said. And Mayhem. Now Mayhem was another game that I have a PlayStation memory of. So I can't remember if it was Mayhem or Thunder, but me and my mate Dan, again, we were into the wrestling and whatnot, and we saved up all these games that we had. We had all these games. I'm like, okay, we're going to go early on the day that it comes out, and we're going to go to Video Games Heaven. I remembered it this time. So we actually were up all night, and we just left, and we got to the shopping centre around 6 o'clock in the morning, and we lined up and we traded in all the games, and we're like, we want Mayhem or Thunder. I'm pretty sure it was Mayhem because it had Goldberg on it. And we were like, I think it was about $12 short, and none of us had any money. We didn't have jobs, we didn't have anything. And we're like, shit, how are we going to get this game? So I'm like, I've still got some Mega Drive games at home. So we've run back to my house, which is a good friggin' like 7 to 10 Ks, then come back and we're like, we got there, and we just got in, and then we got back and we played the hell out of the game and we loved it. So, I mean, apart from WrestleMania 2000, I've never played any of these games on the Nintendo 64. So I'm really looking forward to actually maybe trying these out. I'm not too sure, but I'll definitely have some good times with WrestleMania. And the last game of the week is a game that didn't actually get released in Australia because it got banned. And I am talking about a game called Seven Sins. Now, if you don't know what Seven Sins is about, it's about you being a player, basically. You want to step up. It's basically like a Kim Kardashian simulator, to be honest, but for guys. So you start working at a high... I used to have this on PC. I think I've still got a burnt copy of it somewhere. But you start off as like a low-level employee at a high-end sort of store, and you start seducing all the women, and you got to do this, you got to do that. It's pretty bad. And then like eventually you got the payoff where you like sort of might go and like that there's obviously the insinuation that you guys are up to some dirty deeds. What it's rated 18 contains moderate sex and sexual voyeurism. So, like, some of the little missions are, like, you're sitting next to them and you're like, oh, what is that over there? And you just, like, try and... You've got to, like, aim and peep on down their top and whatnot. Purely got it because I'm a guy. Yeah, that's it for this week, guys. Hopefully I'll have a bit more for you guys next week. If you don't know what the new schedule is, so Mondays we have Getting to Know Mad Mikeey, just where it's a bit of a vlog on what's happened for the previous week. And I've got a few questions from some of you guys, so I'll answer some of those. But obviously if you do have more, please put them in the comments or over on Facebook or Twitter or whatnot. I'll try and get to them all. Tuesday and Thursdays is In All Honesty Gaming News Thoughts, where sort of just go through what the news has been over the last couple of days, and I just give my sort of initial thoughts and what I think about it. And obviously Fridays is Shit I'll Never Play. So guys, hope you've enjoyed the show. Hope you have a great weekend. Get your game on. Get your game on. Get your game on. Yeah, something like that. Guys, take it easy. Have a great one.